Before we begin the ceremony, it is my absolute honor to introduce a true visionary and an unparalleled leader, the architect behind every success we celebrate tonight. A visionary entrepreneur, global maritime leader, accomplished filmmaker, and a Forbes listed business icon. He is the founder, chairman of Ares Group of Companies, and the architect of the $10 billion Indiewood project aimed at revolutionizing India's film industry. A naval architect by profession, he pioneered numerous innovations in ship design, efficiency systems, and industrial training. He also directed the Oscar-qualified film Dam 999 and was conferred with the Knighthood of Portugalfe in Italy for his environmental and humanitarian contributions. It is his conviction that the deepest knowledge of any industry resides not in libraries, but in the men and women who have spent their lifetimes building it. Ladies and gentlemen, with immense pride, I now invite the man behind Amory's success, Sir Sohan Roy, to deliver the presidential address.
Hi, good evening to all. I always treat time as God and clocks are as idols. If time is money, we can either spend it or waste it or invest it. Choice is yours. But the biggest wastage, in my opinion, it is happening during our academic days. Normally, it lasts up to 20 years, from the age of 3 to 23. You all wish to spend these 20 years for academic to acquire knowledge. But for what? For the industry. If industry is the final destination, every hour we spend in the academics should contribute for the very purpose in the industry. You ask yourself, how much is being applied in your life? Countries like India waste almost 90%. That is a fact. There is no application. Still, engineers are struggling to find out the application of a plus b the whole square and sine theta, cos theta and other things. Okay, then think about the others. Basically, what we gain from the academics, most of the people, is complex. When only the first rank holder is being appreciated, rest all believe that I am good for nothing. But when they enter the industry, they prove that they are better than the top rank holders. The biggest comedy actually in that academic journey these days is the academic research happening after these 20 years of journey. I know many people very close to me spending more than 10 years to get an academic doctorate. Only 2% of the academic research happening these days are being implemented in the industry or something really useful. But what is the purpose of this research? To get a doctorate, because it's a dream of everyone to keep that doctorate with a name. And that doctorate, without that doctorate, you can never become an academician. Just imagine, after wasting 20 years, you spending another 10 years, getting an academic doctorate without knowing what is industry, what is the frequency of the industry, and you are going to become a teacher or a professor. What will be the fate of the next generation? A blind is going to lead another blind. See, if industry is the final destination, people from the industry should go and teach what is required for the industry. At least 50% should be from the industry. But unfortunately, the people working in the industry, we don't have time to waste 10 years. See, there are many students, even after completing the research, they are waiting years and years to get their research work being reviewed. That also at the mercy of the guides. This is exactly happening in the academics. But once you are in the industry, every day you learn something. Every hour you are working, you are learning something. That is a real career growth, not in the academics. But all these years, industry was actually, academics was making use of industry. They were telling the children that, okay, you can reach that industry only if we certify you. But that they don't understand that certificate is just and entry point verification for the HR department in the industry to call them for an interview, to categorize them. In the interview, if they don't perform, finish. Industry need people good for production. Of course, there are 2% people in the research, they are really talented who can become inventors. But that is less than 2%, okay. Let them be there, but what about the 98%? See, they waste this 10 years to get a doctorate, and by that time, if they apply in the industry don't require them. Because I have thrown so many resumes with doctorate in the dustbin, the moment I get it. Because the time I get that resume, their age is more than 32 to 35, like that. Even in our company, after 32, we don't take people. That is our policy also. So straight away, it is going to the dustbin. And they are waiting to get some government job or some teacher's job. If they are lucky, they may get it. There is no guarantee also. Okay, forget about the academics. What about the people working in the industry? There are so many talented people who invent many things. Whatever you are using today, whatever you are seeing in this hall, it is an invention. It is not done by any academicians. It is done by the industry. The number one inventor in the world, he was a school dropout. Thomas Alva Edison, with more than 1,000 inventions, he did not have any academic doctorate, academic degrees. So, for industry, the research is different, inventions are different, but unfortunately, we don't have option to give doctorate for these great inventors. That's why we decided to create the Oxford of the industry. Amory started powering it, and ultimately, the iVersity concept got launched. Almost 14 years of effort. We had to go all around the world, spreading this message, getting accepted by the various industrial bodies. I am from the shipping industry. The topmost person in our shipping industry is the chairman of ship owners. That is Mr. Grimaldi. Even Grimaldi personally came and received the industrial doctorate from Amory. Now, hundreds of doctorates are getting issued. And two ways you can get it. Either you write your professional biography with the 20 years of experience, that becomes the thesis. Otherwise, you do an invention. A successful organization is an invention, basically. It is taking industry to the next level. Document it. We give platform to present it in front of the industrial legends. When you have three purpose, it is also accepted. Without even having 20 years of experience, that is enough. But it took 14 years to create that Oxford of the industry concept. Now, what we are going to do with this industrial doctorate? Okay, now naturally, when you have the industrial doctorate, when you have your biography printed, you can see in the other biographies here, with the 300, 400-page biographies, the confidence what you are going to get, because in that 300-page, your entire professional life is there. It is going to be a guideline for others. In our company itself, we have created 40 industrial doctorate holders with 20 years experience. They all publish their biography. That is being used as the study material by the downline, both in the printed format, video format, as reels, everything is available. So the very purpose of that biography is being served when it is being referred by the juniors as a guideline, where thousands and thousands of research papers being used for the academic doctorates are still laying on the shelf of many universities. Once I met the vice chancellor of the university where I studied. I had an interview with him. I asked him he was a guide for so many research papers. Under him, almost 500 papers, industrial papers. And the government is spending crores and crores for these 500 research papers. I asked him, sir, how many became a reality in the industry? He said, unfortunately, not even a single paper. Then what was this 500 papers for? To wasting the space in the library? So we need to put a full stop for this nonsense. Because we are all victims of wrong career design. We were actually robbed by the academics. Our time, our effort, our money, everything was robbed. Your children is the next victim. It is high time to get into the academics. It is the responsibility of the industry to go there. That's why we have started this journey. We already created the first campus for that one. You can come, and in Kerala we created the first campus. Every day now, different schools and colleges, they are coming there to see the facility. They are shocked after seeing the facility. There is no trainer there. Everything is unmanned. We are making use of the AI facility. 3D contents are being delivered there. We can educate a person at 120-page book, which they normally take 1 year to learn in the academics. We teach them in 2 hours in a better way. They understand in a better way because it's in a movie format. Same thing we are now doing in the industry also. See, industry's growth or industry profit is directly proportional to the efficiency of the system. The efficiency of the system is decided by the efficiency of the individuals, employees. But for the improving the efficiency, there is no shortcut. You need to have continuous training. Just imagine a company with continuous training and without a continuous training. There's a big difference. If you invest 2% of total working hours for the training, the output increased by minimum 10% for sure. You can check it. Wherever you are giving proper training, it makes a big difference. If you want to see the difference, you just go to a 3-star hotel and a 5-star hotel. The way you are being received at the reception. In the 5-star hotel, there is a trained person. It makes a big difference. That is why the tariff of 3-star and 5-star many-fold. So, in industry, we need to have a continuous training system. It is already tested. Minimum 50 hours of training we require. When you finish 100 credits, that means 2 years, you should get a diploma. 4 years a degree, 5 years a master's. By that time, he should switch over to the next platform, next level. The profile should change. For that, either you need to depend on an external university or you need to create your own university. In our company, we created our own in-house university. Now, iVarsity is telling or giving guideline for every organization to create their own mini universities. Every organization is like a mini university. Even with 10 people, you can have a mini university in your organization. And everything is coming under iVarsity. iVarsity is giving you the contents, everything. You don't need to worry. You just show your willingness to join. From the office boy to the CEO will be trained accordingly so that your quality of output, your quality of service will be improved. That's the way only the industry will grow. It's a competitive world. There is no other option. We need to improve our efficiency. That's why we created this FSM also. FSM is something you can measure your efficiency. We always say that we are efficient, but how to measure the efficiency? Using 200 parameters, 100 management systems, we created this FSM. It is already tested. That's why today Aries Group is world number 1 in 6 fields, just with that continuous training and power of FSM. Now we are more than happy to hand over this to our clients, because if our clients are not improving their efficiency, it is going to affect us. That is what is happening now. During the war days, because of the FSM, we succeeded without any damage. But our clients are struggling. That's why we decided at the earliest we need to hand over this to the clients. So we are more than happy to deliver this to you. But for that, to make your organization a university, the requirement is you need to have a dean for the university. A dean should be an industrial doctorate holder. Today, whoever receiving the industrial doctorate, you are all going to be the deans of your organization. It is your responsibility to make sure that more and more industrial doctorates are being created there. They are going to be the mentors. You are going to introduce the training system also over there so that this network will spread. This is the very concept. This is the purpose of this industrial doctorate. Not just like putting your with your name, you can have a doctorate. And also make sure that when you write your doctorate, not just dr. Your name, dr.ind you put, because your industrial doctorate got some value. Nowadays, anyone can have an academic doctorate. Even you pay the money, you can get a doctorate. This is industrial doctorate is not for sale. You need to have minimum biography. That biography should add value to your profession, your career. You should have the confidence when you present that book with your signature. Tomorrow onwards, you are not going to give your visiting card to your client. You are going to sign your biography and giving to you. Way of the recognition what you are going to get, the reputation you are going to have, respect you are going to get. These are all different once you have this biography. And this evening is to honor all these biography writers. And this doctorate is a stamp that you are the best in your field. And let me congratulate all the doctorate holders or all doctorate award winners. And also we have arranged a link with the academics also, because certain people, they need to have an academic biography, academic doctorate also. That's why European International University is there. If you want to have an academic doctorate, whoever we approve, the university has agreed to give academic doctorate also. We will get you connected with the university, and we will make sure that that certificate is being attested, because it is government recognized. If you send it to Dubai, we get it stamped by the government also there, so that you can use it for academic purpose also. Okay, that is not our main vision. That is just to satisfy you to have an academic doctorate also. But please make sure that this doctorate is not just for the namesake. You have certain responsibility, because we put so much effort to organize these things, to take it to this level. Now you are all going to be the brand ambassadors of this concept. Make sure that because of your effort, your organization is going to be benefited. Just imagine you become the dean and you introduce this training system. Because of the training system, your output is increased by 10% without increasing the manpower. Just imagine. The profit is not just 10%, because without increasing the expense, you are increasing the output. Certain profession, the profit increase may be 30 to 300%. It depends on the business. Because we have tested it in our organization. It has got now almost 90 companies. Everywhere we tested it, different divisions showing 30 to 300% improvement. One example I will tell you, the effect of this FISM. FISM got 100 management system. One of the management system is health management system. Just because of this health management system, our savings is in millions. Every company's health bill is going up by maybe 5 to 10% every year for sure. You can check it. But in our company, it is going down. Our medical leaves are going down. Last few years, our medical leaves went down by 3 days. Average medical leave. Just imagine a company with more than 4,000 employees reducing an average 3 working days, how many millions is going to save. Not only that, when you focus on the health management, when you say goodbye to the medicines, by changing your lifestyle, your longevity increases. We got a world record, you can Google it, you got a world record in organ donation campaign. To donate your organ, you should say goodbye to the medicine. Otherwise, if you are taking any medicines, you cannot sign it. See, who is the first beneficiary? When you say goodbye to the medicine, you are the first beneficiary. Now, the last year, world's largest or biggest health challenge or fitness challenge is happening in Dubai. Dubai Fitness Challenge is the 30-day competition. All the major companies are participating. You may be aware about the Dubai Run. 250,000 people run on a single day. That is one of the day's target. Last year winner, you can check it in the Google. We were the winners. That too, on the 10th day, we became number 1. After that, the number 1, number 2 gap is too much. I don't know whether this time we should participate or not. Because if we participate, there is no meaning of conducting that event also. We are 100% sure that we will win. That is because we have a health management system. Out of 100 management system, I explained only one. Just think about the others. So this is the effect of FISM. So we welcome all of you to join this scheme. There is nothing wrong in improving your efficiency. And as an industrial doctorate holder, you can be the dean of your organization. And hope in our network, this iVarsity network, thousands and thousands of mini universities will be there, and you will be the dean or the vice chancellor in future. Thank you very much.